If you're learning to code and you actually want to take it seriously, I'd recommend watching this until the end. What's up everybody, Tom Shaw here, back with another amazing programming video for you. Today I'm going to be giving you some advice that's going to change the way that you learn to code. But first, let me give you the most important tip. Consistency is all that matters. Now that I've said what the most important tip actually is, I know that half of you are going to exit the video, and that's fine. But for the other half of you that are actually going to stay and watch till the very end, you are about to learn how you can actually stay consistent and the methods that I used while learning to code. Ultimately, being consistent with anything in life comes down to having a good routine and being disciplined. Also, if you actually enjoy what you're doing, you'll find it much easier to get into a routine and develop the discipline needed to keep doing it. Now, it's pretty easy to tell yourself that every day I'm going to spend 1 hour solving LeetCode problems, and you can find it pretty easy to maintain that routine. But at some point you're going to get bored of it, and then you're going to stop doing it. Plus, I don't think that only solving LeetCode problems is the best way to learn to code. So, how are you going to make learning to code fun? Well, the answer is you're going to build real projects. Now, I'm sure that you've heard this advice many times before, and I'm not going to tell you that you need to build the next Facebook because you want to learn how to write SQL. Instead, I'm going to tell you that you should think about building micro projects that solve real-world problems and involve you learning something. For example, recently I wanted to learn how to use OpenAI's GPT APIs. So instead of just looking at the documentation, copying the code, running it, and telling myself that I'd learned something, I built a micro product that used the GPT API to create personalized children's stories. It only took me a weekend to build, I learned something, and it could earn me a little bit of money on the side. I call that a win. I'm actually going to be doing a video showcasing the process of building that product. So if you'd like to see it, hit the like button down below. Essentially, my point here is that you shouldn't be building real projects that nobody is going to use. A calculator is a real project, but it's going to be absolutely useless to anyone that already has a calculator on their phone. Build a product where you can get real feedback from real users. It will help you to improve your product development skills and your understanding of how users' brains actually work, which are extremely important skills for developers to have today. On to the next step. Try and collaborate with friends as much as possible. Doing things with friends always helps with consistency. If you're working on your own and you decide one day that you're not going to show up, who's going to tell you off? But as soon as you add someone else into that situation, suddenly you've got someone who's going to be disappointed if you don't show up. That's why when you start going to the gym, it's recommended that you find yourself a gym partner, because it's someone who's going to keep you accountable and moan at you if you don't show up. Team working skills are also incredibly important skills for developers to have. Even if you're a freelancer like me, it's always really good to continuously develop your communication skills. Because when it comes down to it, I'm still working in a team. I'm just working with the client who's non-technical. So I actually need more communication skills because I need to communicate technical problems to them in non-technical terms. Let's use this as an example. If you're writing code on your own that only you are ever going to see, you're probably going to cut corners on documentation, comments, and the quality of your code because no one is going to see it. But as soon as you have someone else who needs to understand the work that you have done, you're going to start shifting your mindset to making sure that everything that you have done is understandable for someone else. So that includes writing proper documentation, writing proper comments, properly formatting your code, and more. And because sitting in front of your computer for long periods of time on your own is not fun. So if you've got someone else you can work with and tackle problems together, you're going to enjoy the process of learning to code much more. Finally, we move on to the third way that you can maintain consistency while learning to code: learning in public. Some of you may have already heard of the term building in public. Well, learning in public is very similar. Learning in public is essentially the process of documenting your learn to code journey using social media or any other method. Learning in public not only helps you to maintain accountability, but it also helps you to engage with other developers, as well as build a personal brand which could help you to land a job or land clients when you're ready to start earning money as a developer. There is a massive community of people that are learning to code on various social media platforms, such as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Threads, the list goes on. You could start with simply posting selfies of you learning to code at your desk, or you could get into conversations about the topics that you want to learn about. There are so many things that you can do to interact with other developers and document your Learn to Code journey. Well everybody, that's it for today's video. If you found the advice in this video useful, please do hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new and hit the bell icon to get notified every single time I post a new video. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.